Hello, wrestling fans. Aaron Hurt, excited to be with you once again on behalf of the Premier Wrestling Alliance. As you can see, joined by PWA President, franchise player Chris Cruit. We're kicking off 2021 with a very special Empty Arena Series event tonight. Franchise player, why don't you tell them about the big lineup that we have in store for all the fans out there on YouTube?
Well, Aaron, I'm glad to be here with you. I'm glad that you are here with me, and I'm glad, most importantly, that all of you are here with us. And we have got a big card tonight in our main event. Going one-on-one, we have the PWA, the Premier Wrestling Alliance heavyweight champion, Jimmy Fahrenheit, squaring off against Rowdy Randy Forrest in a non-title match.
Indeed, that is the one caveat, but if Randy can make a big impression, that might shoot him to the top of the rankings. Plus,
Would absolutely will.
We are also going to see the Outlaw Tony James in action in our first contest, but before we get to that, fans, we're going to hear some words from the champion, Jimmy Fahrenheit.
What is up? Coming from the PWA Arena, it is the first and only three-time PWA heavyweight champion, Jimmy Fahrenheit. And tonight, all you fans out there get to witness me in action against Rowdy Randy Forrest. But Randy, don't think tonight's a title match, man. You got to earn a shot at the PWA heavyweight title. So Randy, tonight, be ready, because the champ is bringing the heat.
All right, fans, competitors in the ring, ready to get things underway here. Outlaw Tony James making his usual racket at ringside there with that the cowbell, facing off against a young man here, the Sensation Anthony Ray. Now, do you have any advanced scouting reports on the way that Ray intends to approach his opponent in this match?
Well, I tell you, Anthony Ray is one of the young up-and-coming stars out of the PWA School of Professional Wrestling, and Tony James is looking to take him to the woodshed, so to speak. Tony James he's been looking for these new guys. He wants to. He tells me he wants to give them an opportunity to make a name for themselves. He wants to get out here and try to abuse somebody who's younger and less experienced than him, but he's going to have his hands full with Anthony Ray here tonight.
It certainly could be the case, and he does try to be a bit of a gatekeeper, if you will, fence builder, but he's got a side headlock clamped on him right now, and franchise player, if you can get that wrist bone in there in the right place under the cheekbone, even though you might not make the guy submit, you're going to definitely cause him a little bit of pain. Got the veteran Tony James broken down to one knee right now.
Well, you rub it on the carotid artery, and if you can pinch that carotid artery, it makes the blood flow to the brain less than what it needs to be, and it gets you lightheaded and dizzy and gets you out of sorts. But Anthony Ray is out of sorts right now. Tony James. Hey, Aaron, let's not gloss over what we just heard earlier from the champ, Jimmy Fahrenheit. Jimmy Fahrenheit making sure to say that tonight is not a title match between himself and Rowdy Randy Forrest, and I know Rowdy Randy is looking to get a victory because he wants to get back into contention for that heavyweight championship.
Oh, absolutely. Whether it's a title match or non-title conditions as it is tonight, you want to make the best showing possible against the champion. Big boot right between the eyes from the Outlaw Tony James, just absolutely levels Anthony Ray, makes a cover, gets a 2 count, but Ray able to power out. Looks like he's still got quite a bit of fight left, although James has been in control from the opening bell.
Yeah, Tony James, now a veteran of PWA Wars. He's been here since the beginning, and happy anniversary, Aaron.
I was about to say, let's not gloss over the fact that we are celebrating 5 years of the PWA. Reversal back elbow. There we're starting to see a little bit out of the Sensation Anthony Ray trying to live up to that moniker.
Do you know who was the first champion of the Premier Wrestling Alliance?
Why don't you tell all the fans?
It was me.
I knew the answer, but I wanted to let you tell everybody.
I appreciate that. Hey, Anthony Ray showing some fire now. He has got to swarm him like bees. He has got to get on top of him. He cannot give him an opportunity to breathe. When you give him an opportunity to breathe, that's when Tony James, see right there.
Exactly. He took too long trying to get the suplex cinched in, showing some of that inexperience. James quickly able to thrust that side kick in there to the midsection. Anthony Ray face down. James prowling and stalking his opponent.
Where some of the fans, they've contacted me and they say, hey, when you're on there with Aaron Hurt, why do you guys talk so fondly of Tony James? Let me tell you something. I am not fond of Tony James. Tony James has gone out of his way to make things miserable around the PWA more times than I can remember. But I will not sit here, and I know you feel the same way, and we will not lie to the fans and say that Tony James is not a phenomenal athlete.
Absolutely.
Because he is.
I agree 100%, and yes, I try to leave my personal feelings at the door when we are talking about what these men do in the ring, because that absolutely is what counts. Look at this.
Yeah, the fact that he's a son of a bitch has nothing to do with anything else.
Well, yeah, I could definitely spend all day talking about the grievances that you and I share with that man, Outlaw Tony James, but it certainly will not do anyone any good to just talk about Tony James. You're going to have to do something about him in the ring.
Well, right now, Anthony Ray is not accomplishing that. Tony James has been, he's all over the place. He's been working on the back. Now he drops the big elbow on him, near fall. Anthony Ray just getting that shoulder up. And what Tony James does, what he loves to do here, is the multiple pinfalls, one after another, after another, after another. And you say, why would you do one if you did? If he kicked out the first time, he'll kick out the second time, because it makes them kick out and it makes them exert that energy. And it's really just, kind of sticking salt in the wounds. He knows he's got the man injured, and instead of continuing on with the fight, he's going to just make him exert more energy. But it's completely legal. And Tony James, that's why he's a former tag team champion, former United States champion, former heavyweight champion. Tony James, when you talk about Hall of Famers in the PWA, and one day there will be a PWA Hall of Fame, you have to think he would be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Indeed, based on his track record, his resume. Oh, but he got caught charging in there, going for that big double axe snapmare takeover. Ray wisely follows up quickly with the cover, only able to get a 2 count, but pushing the advantage here. What we thought he needed to do early on in the match, but apparently the damage already done to the back, unable to get James off his feet. Looked like he was going to attempt a body slam there. Instead, he is writhing in pain in the center of the ring right now.
I see some of the mistakes that Anthony Ray makes, and if he's going to ask somebody, for some advice, I'd be happy to give it to him. Is he going for the body vice there? The Jesse Ventura body vice. I haven't seen that, and I don't know how long.
No, tried and tested maneuver, couldn't keep him up there. Momentum took them back towards the ropes, and it looks like Ray was able to perhaps spring off or find a way to get out of that very precarious position. But yes, Tony James, definitely an old school wrestler through and through.
The mistakes I see Anthony Ray making is just that he's not prepared when he has the opportunity. He's not prepared to
hook of the leg, makes the cover after the big lariat.
Oh, he got him with the big lariato. Tony James is your winner.
Indeed he is, kicking things off here on the special Empty Arena broadcast.
Well, he did a fantastic job here, but let's get him in the ring with more qualified talent. Not that Anthony Ray is not an up-and-comer, but, the likes of Bjorn, Kevin Pruitt, and Randy.
Absolutely. Fans, we're going to take a look at some comments from Jeffrey John.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I have Kevin Pruitt. And if all of you have seen before, you all know the history. Kevin Pruitt is always the luckiest man in the world. But Kevin, tonight, your luck runs out, and you get to finally learn what confidence truly is.
Hello to quality time at Marco's. Hello to the best part of the day. And to making someone else's. Say hello to late nights and to the best night ever. These are the primo moments, and they call for Italian quality pizza. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce with a history in the making from the original Gianmarco recipe. Say hello to an authentic favorite. Every store, every day. The Italian way. Hello, Primo.
You're right? Yeah, you're right. Ring the bell!
Referee Matthew Allen calling for the bell. See Jeffrey John in the black tights, real deal Kevin Pruitt in the black trunks. These two men renewing a rivalry that has definitely picked up a lot of intensity. And this is the first time these two men have met since November of last year, and they are picking up right where they left off. Nice side headlock takeover there from the Real Deal, but gets countered into the head scissors.
This is the youth movement of the Premier Wrestling Alliance. Both of these men, under the age of, I think, 23 or 24. Jeffrey John, I think he's in that 22, 23 age range, and Kevin just turned 21. These two men, if they don't get picked up by one of the big boys on national television, are going to be the future of the Premier Wrestling Alliance for quite a few years to come.
Indeed, and they've already made quite a name for themselves that's within the PWA and its ranks, and undoubtedly going to garner attention from a lot of other places as well. But right now, Kevin Pruitt's attention is focused on the arm of Jeffrey John. As you definitely pointed out, these two men are perhaps wise beyond their years in a certain sense in that ring, with the technical ability that they display, such as your son here, Kevin, right there, doing an excellent job working the arm, takes Jeffrey John over to his hip, cinches in that arm bar even deeper.
You know, I'm excited. I hear that Jeffrey John in his interview earlier that he was going to explain to us finally, once and for all, what confidence is. And Aaron, I don't know if you're holding out on me, but I've been waiting to find out about this Godfidence. He keeps talking about this Godfidence, and I keep saying, what's Godfidence? And he keeps telling me either you know or you don't know, and I don't know what that means.
Well, he considers himself the embodiment of that, whatever he chooses to define it as at any particular moment. But yeah, a pamphlet or two might help fill in some of the blanks on yes, this particular philosophy of his. But right now he is stomping a mud hole, if you will, into Kevin Pruitt, steps on the throat for a little bit of extra emphasis, a little bit insult to injury, but has done little to keep Pruitt down. A reversal on the Irish whip, but shoulder block. Another one, jump on the bad end of both of those. All telegraphed that leapfrog and got caught and just absolutely planted. Floats over for the cover, hooks the leg, but only a 2 count.
It wasn't too many years ago. I remember going to tournaments when Kevin was competing in high school wrestling, and I watched him do that to many a kid, and I watched that kid go straight out of the gymnasium and sign up for basketball. He made a lot of basketball players those years.
Well, yeah, you can definitely see how quickly he was thinking, able to catch the man out of the air, turn it into that spine buster. It looked like he was trying to cinch in a crossface, but Jeffrey John able to escape the hold. Now he's just laying in European uppercut there right under the jaw. If it weren't for the ropes, Cruit would be on the concrete floor. Oh, but now he comes up with a reversal on the Irish whip. Up to the clothesline.
Wow. He caught him there, flush, right under the chin. Kevin might be out.
Now, a series of high-impact maneuvers being strung together here by Jeffrey John, but he's clearly bending the rules there. Referee at a count of 4. I'm sure Jeffrey John does not want to squander this opportunity to impress the championship committee by getting disqualified.
Well, absolutely. Jeffrey John has found himself on the outs with the championship committee as of late. He had missed some bookings, and he's looking for an opportunity to get back in the door, and what a better opportunity than right here.
Oh, big European uppercut, spinning uppercut off the top. Was able to count, might have just seen this match end right then and there, but John was able to catch his balance on the apron, spring up, and come off and connect flush with that uppercut. And as we said, that might have finished it off right then and there, but Kevin Cruitt kicks out at 2.5, lives to fight a little bit longer in this big match. This match is going to determine the future of both of these men in the short term in terms of what opportunities they get for title matches, what, as we said, what is going to be on their horizon. And Jeffrey John now laying in some elbows, looks like to the trapezius muscle.
Yeah, Jeffrey John, he was a contender before he went AWOL for the PWA United States Championship, and he's looking to climb back up there.
Oh, look at that.
And Kevin Cruitt has been petitioning the championship committee about a heavyweight championship match against Jimmy Fahrenheit. And now we've got Randy tonight taking on Jimmy Fahrenheit. So it's going to be interesting to see how this heavyweight championship picture plays out.
Oh,
flying knee
I was
strike.
going to say, couldn't quite tell if he connected in the midsection or if they actually collided knees, but it looks like John got the worst of it.
If they collided knees, it could have blown one of their knees out. And it looks like both men are moving, which is a good thing.
No, that is one of those things that, yes, could be a very debilitating injury. Things don't go the right way. Waist lock. Cruit, trying to use his strength advantage, has about a 30 to 35 pound weight advantage in this mat. But John able to fire off a couple of back elbows. Oh, look at that. Some people have called it eat defeat. You call it whatever you want. It's got Pruitt flat on his back.
Wow, I thought that might have been a 3 count. That was close.
No, Kevin Cruit just got the shoulder out, just last second burst. And now he's in need of the ropes to pull himself back up to his feet.
I know already signed for next week. We've got Brian Blade, the Southern Knight. He is going to be teaming with a mystery partner to take on Josh Benson, the Rocket Josh Benson, and a partner of his choosing. We tried to line up a singles match, one-on-one. Brian Blade refused. He refused. And Josh Benson, he said, I don't care if it's one-on-one. If I have to do it in a tag team situation, I want Brian Blade. You know better than anybody what happened between these two men recently on an episode of Watch Along Wednesday.
Indeed, I do, and we will continue to address that situation as the program moves along. But right now,
My God!
Out of the rafters with the elbow drop. Reaches back, hooks the leg, and gets the victory. Your winner, the real deal, Kevin Cruitt. What an exciting match, franchise player. This was definitely back and forth. It was a pick-em. You see the hand getting raised there.
Yeah, you gotta wonder now. Championship committee, it's in their hands. Kevin Cruitt has been petitioning for a championship match. This has got to put him in the talks.
Friends, we are going to be right back after this break. Stick around on YouTube with PWA Wrestling.
Franchise player Chris Cruitt here for the PWA School of Professional Wrestling. Do you want to be a wrestler, a manager, a ring announcer, a commentator, a referee? The PWA School of Professional Wrestling is your opportunity. 737 Slocum Avenue in Lancaster, Ohio. Tryouts are absolutely free from 4 to 6 p.m. on Sunday, 7 to 9 on Tuesday. Come on down, try it out. See if you got what it takes to be the next big star.
Jimmy Fahrenheit, this is a message to you. I just went out there and I conquered Jeffrey John. And somewhere down the line, I'm going to conquer you, Jimmy Fahrenheit, and I will become the new PWA Heavyweight Champion.
Wow, there you have it, Aaron. I told you, Kevin he's in the hunt for the PWA Championship. And right here, non-title match, Rowdy Randy Forrest against Jimmy Fahrenheit, the PWA Heavyweight Champion.
Now, Kevin clearly feeling quite confident coming off the victory that you just saw him earn over Jeffrey John, putting the champion on notice, staking a claim for a future title opportunity. But as we have said multiple times throughout the broadcast here, that is a very crowded spot at the moment. Men looking to separate themselves from the pack. Randy with a victory here would go a long way towards doing that. Jimmy Fahrenheit is going to have his head on a swivel because contenders are going to be coming from all angles as long as he holds on to that heavyweight championship.
Well, and Jimmy Fahrenheit just recently picking up the championship from JT Hogg on our last live event that we were able to have here at the PWA Arena in front of a live crowd. And Jimmy Fahrenheit has had that championship ever since.
Yes, and it's definitely been highly sought after. People have been trying to, as we've said, get their names on contracts for future title opportunities, and we want to take the time to make sure all of the fans stay up to date with us on pwaohio.com, at PWA Ohio on Facebook for the latest announcements about upcoming events, upcoming broadcasts, when we will have all of you great fans in attendance once more here at the PWA Arena. But for right now, we're going to give you all the great action we can on YouTube, such as main events like this. Randy starting to take over, big shoulder block, takes the man up, makes him think about it for that big power slam.
When the fans have reached out to me, they said, Chris Cruitt, how can how can we, help out with the Premier Wrestling Alliance? How can we support? And if you want to support the Premier Wrestling Alliance, all you got to do is share these videos, tell a friend, have them subscribe to our YouTube channel, 100% free of charge, and get the people in there. And then as soon as we have the opportunity to come back to live event action, it is going to be bigger and better than ever. And Aaron, talks are happening right now, and we're hoping to have an announcement here real soon. Oh, Irish whip, but he reversed.
Full head of steam. Jimmy Fahrenheit looking for that trademark monkey flip.
Monkey flip, I apologize.
But he got caught. Look at the strength of the Rowdy one.
Back to the corner.
Casually deposits him in that corner. Oh, and now this time it's Randy that misses the charge. Fahrenheit again goes for the monkey flip. This time succeeds.
Second time was a charm. Randy up and over. That's no small feat. Randy's a big man. He's running about 285, 290 right now.
You saw how he powered out of that pinning attempt there. Oh, very astute maneuver there. You saw how Randy was trying to post on his arm to get back to his feet, and Jimmy Fahrenheit just kicked it right out from underneath him.
Picking him apart, attacking the arm, attacking the leg. If he can't stand and he can't lift you up, those are two terribly bad things for Randy. He needs to get up off the mat, off his back, and get this thing back in control, because it is not looking good for Randy right now. He's a big guy, but that's a lot of weight to carry on two bad legs.
Yeah, he's now decided to go to work on the knee. We know that Randy has had several nagging injuries develop over the course of the past few years. Both of these men have been with the PWA since day one. They're all celebrating a 5th anniversary. Nice rolling neck breaker there. Might be a little bit too close to the ropes.
Well, and Rowdy Randy Forrest, he's coming up on, I believe, 7 years in the professional wrestling business. Just turned 30. We've got a very youthful
Congratulations
roster.
on Randy and his family, birth of a beautiful baby boy. So he's got that much more to fight for, to strive for, to want to earn the top money that comes with being a champion. And we certainly have been behind Randy in those efforts for as long as at least I've been with the PWA. I think that Jimmy Fahrenheit, especially if he doesn't get the job done in this match, could be looking at the man who beats him for that title right now across the ring from him.
Well, it's not even just about the money. The money, obviously, but it's the bragging rights. You don't want to go home. I remember, when I was early in my career, and I would go home to my sons, and they'd say, how'd you do tonight, Dad? You never want to tell them that you lost. You never want to look like a loser in front of your kids. And so Randy's fighting for that now also.
Oh, big flex there from the King of Swole. Drops both legs across the sternum, makes the cover and hooks the leg, but he's going to have Randy a little bit further worn down, I think, before he will earn a pinfall, just because Randy, with the strength that he has in his lower body, able to kick out, as we saw there. But you see Jimmy, what's he got in mind here, going for the curb stomp. Oh my goodness. Let's pick up what you were talking about with Brian Blade and Josh Benson while we have a brief moment here as Jimmy Fahrenheit continues to size up his opponent. But yes, that rivalry is certainly the most intense that we have had, the most personal in recent memory, and they're going to renew that rivalry in tag team action. Definitely curious to see which each man picks their partner, but Jimmy Fahrenheit right there with the cover.
2 count. 2.
Referee Johnny Long telling him it was a 2. It's a bit of a long 2. Looks like the damage is starting to show a little bit here on Randy.
Arguing with Johnny Long will get you nowhere. It'll get you sent back to the locker room quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And all it's serving to do is give Randy that much more time to recover while Fahrenheit figures out where to go next here, perched from the second turnbuckle. Oh, look at that. Got caught out of midair.
Wow.
Sit out power bomb.
Randy caught him out of midair. That just shows you the strength of Rowdy Randy Forrest. I've sat down, I've had chats with his grandpa, and he used to tell me about some of the things that they'd have him do on the farm when him and his brother were younger. And I mean, it's no wonder that he's as big and as strong as he is. He used to headbutt goats.
Well, I've heard that Jimmy Fahrenheit's head is equally as hard, and it just got bounced off of the canvas with that huge power bomb, but he is the one back to his feet first. They're slugging it out, and Jimmy is not going to win a fist fight against Randy.
Not today, not tomorrow, and not right here, right now. Big back elbow. Jimmy is down. He is reeling. Randy's got this match right where he wants it.
Oh, look at the belly-to-back suplex. Takes him from one side of the ring to the other, right to your living room here on YouTube, PWA Ohio. Hook of the leg, but Fahrenheit gets the foot on the ropes. Probably the smartest thing to do. Uses the least amount of energy, forces the break.
Absolutely. That's the ring prowess. You need to know where you are in that ring at all times because of situations just like that. A few inches one way or the other, and this match would have been over.
Well, Randy would love to put the champion away here, but he gets caught. Look at that. Almost got the big man up for the F5. Oh, that's gotta be it for Jimmy Fahrenheit.
Flat back on his face. Jimmy Fahrenheit, the PWA champion, was just pinned by Rowdy Randy Forrest. What does this do for the championship situation?
Huge victory for Randy here.
This has got to catapult him to number one contender status. It's got to get him, if nothing else, he is now in the thick of things. But I have to imagine, sitting here in this seat today, Rowdy Randy Forrest has got to be your number one contender.
Well, we will get some confirmation on that because, as you saw, Kevin Cruitt also wants a shot as well. We'll see.
That really makes it interesting. You've got Rowdy Randy Forrest and Kevin, both who has the bigger claim. You would think that Rowdy Randy Forrest has the bigger claim now, having pinned the champion right here tonight. But Kevin, if he's behind, he's not much further behind than Rowdy Randy.
Well, certainly not, and it was a fantastic main event that we brought to everybody here. I believe that we are going to get some reaction from Randy here in just a few short seconds. I'm sure we'll all be interested to hear about that. So fans, stay tuned because we've got comments from Rowdy Randy Forrest coming up right now.
Jimmy Fahrenheit, I just beat you right dead center in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Now, you told me I had to earn my shot. I just pinned the heavyweight champion. I'm pretty sure I just earned my shot.
Wow. What more can be said than that? Rowdy Randy's not asking for a championship match. He is telling Jimmy Fahrenheit that he wants that championship match, and he wants it now.
No, he's very succinct. There's certainly nothing subtle about what he just said. Franchise player, before we go off the air here, I have an update for all the great fans. In addition to the mystery partner tag team match that we're going to have next week featuring Brian Blade and Josh Benson, we have another huge, arguably even higher stakes tag team match as we're going to see Kevin Cruitt team with Rowdy Randy Forrest, arguably the number 1 and 1A contenders for the championship, face Jimmy Fahrenheit, and a man we also saw get a victory here tonight on the program, the Outlaw Tony James. We have about 15 seconds left. Let's get the reaction while we have time about what we're going to see next week.
What a main event next week. Couple that with the Brian Blade and Josh Benson fiasco. Aaron, I don't know.
Fans, you got to be here to see it. For PWA Wrestling franchise player Chris Cruitt, I am Aaron Hurt. For more wrestling excitement from PWA, subscribe to this channel or click on the links for more great action.